Do not, under any circumstances, approach this man in VRChat. I'm gonna tell you a story that's gonna involve a mysterious black figure, a kidnapped child, someone getting shot, and finally, a woman on her knees. Yes, on her knees. Stop giggling, silly. Well, it all started 2 weeks ago on a dark and stormy night. Yeah, a dark and stormy night. Cliche, I know. Sarah was a raging alcoholic and liked to spend her evenings drinking. So basically like every other VRChat user. As she was getting ready for a night of drunken chaos, she heard a loud knock on the door. She hesitated. She has no friends. Who could be knocking this late at night? But eventually she gathered the courage to answer it. Standing outside was a mysterious black figure. Ominous, I know. Now, Sarah was a raging lefty feminist. Her Instagram bio said, "I'm not racist, I love 'em dark, and I'm not referring to chocolates." So rather than running away screaming for her life because it's black, she let him in because she's not racist. Oh, and did I mention she's totally not racist? I mean, just look at this painting on her wall. She invited the mysterious man to some drinks. The mysterious man said nothing. He simply stared at her. Now, Sarah lacked social intelligence and mistook the silent staring for flirting, and so she started to randomly twerk. After she finished dancing, she looked up and he was gone. She ran upstairs to her daughter's bedroom and she too was gone. But then something caught her eye. There was a portal in the corner of her daughter's room. Without thinking twice, she hopped in. Sarah popped out into a weird landscape. Sarah thought to herself, why did the portal lead her here? Where is her daughter? And most importantly, where is that mysterious black hottie? So she walked and walked and walked. Also, Sarah is a lazy fat so she had to sit and take breaks every 5 minutes. After 30 minutes of walking across the desert, she stumbled across another portal, and without hesitation, she hopped in. When she popped out, she was face to face with a man. Who is this man, you ask? Well, it was her ex-husband. So why did the portal take her to her ex-husband's place? Sarah was confused, but after all that walking, she was super dehydrated, so rather than immediately explaining that their child is missing, she told her ex-husband that she was thirsty. Now, once again, both Sarah and her ex-husband lack social intelligence. Her ex-husband mistook the word thirsty for, well, I'm sure you know what the other definition of thirsty is. And so they spent the next 10 minutes in bed doing, come on, you know exactly what they were doing. Anyway, once they were done, and trust me, it was quick, Sarah explained that their child is missing. Her husband was shook. And then suddenly the doorbell rang. They both looked at each other and Sarah tells him to man up and answer the door. Sarah's ex-husband is a bottom and enjoys being told what to do. So he blindly obeyed and went to open the door. Sarah peeked around the corner so she could see who it is. It was a black man. Wait. Hold on. It wasn't the black man. It was a black man. Sarah was confused. Why is there a black man knocking on her husband's door? But remember, she's totally not racist. Her ex suddenly started making out with a black man. She turned bright red. Is her ex a gay man? Once again, Sarah isn't racist, but she is a homophobe. So without question, she grabbed a gun and started yelling at her ex-husband. And then she pulled the trigger, killing him instantly. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the reason Sarah and her ex broke up is because she's a crazy nutjob. She turned to look at the black man, who was horrified and simply said, "You're gonna help me find my baby." The gay man simply nodded. And then there was a loud bang upstairs. The two looked at each other and ran up, while the gay man walked because he's obese. And there they were, the black man and her missing child. Sarah smirked. There's 2 black men and 1 woman in the room. She's seen this somewhere before, but there's also a child in the room too, so she quickly wiped that smirk off her face. Sarah suddenly burst into tears and fell to her knees. Before we go further, I need to tell you something about Sarah. She has BPD, which is a personality disorder, which means she can get obsessed with someone within the first 2 seconds of meeting them. She started to explain how she's in love with a black figure. She killed her ex-husband for him. She wants to spend the rest of her life with him, and she'll happily give up her child for him. The child was too stunned to speak. Or it might have been the fact that she had a hand on her mouth. Either or, I suppose. There was a long, awkward silence. The mysterious man slowly lifted his hand to unveil the face behind the mask, while both Sarah and the gay man watched intensely. And who was behind the mask? It was me! Sarah the homophobe was disgusted. Did she really kill her ex-husband and propose to a woman? But the real question is, why did I kidnap a child? Well, you see, 24 hours prior to this, I met a drunk Sarah in a bar. She was threatening to kill her ex-husband just because he left her on read. So I snuck into her house, got her child, took the child to her ex-husband's place, and warned him about Sarah. Sarah, but it was too late. She killed him. But let's go back to the present moment. Sarah grabbed the gun. She was going to kill me. And then the gay man suddenly picked Sarah up, threw her on the ground, and then sat on her with his obese weight so she couldn't move. While she was squashed and helpless, I called the cops and got Sarah locked up into a mental asylum and gave the child to the nice-looking obese black man. So, a happy ending, right? Well, there's one more thing I didn't mention. Remember the black avatar I was wearing? It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to a man that's so evil, even the name of him would make you shudder. But I'll leave that for another video. And also, I don't want to leave you on a bad note, so here's a video where I did evil experiments in the metaverse. I have a feeling you'll like this one. I love you, cutie.